We got a full house here of people, powerful people. How long have you been hand blasted?
Right here?
Yeah.
About 2 years.
2 years? Mm-hmm. That changed your life when you did that?
In a way that it's a symbol for me.
Yeah, but once you go below the collar right here, what happens?
I mean, I'm not going to try and get a corporate job.
Yeah, but what happens when you were here? It wasn't about corporation. What was doing this? You did that for what?
I did it for the symbol.
For who?
For myself.
For yourself.
Because it's the brain, the heart, and my hand, which lets me know that my hand, my heart, and my head are aligned.
It's beautiful. And the minute you go something like this, like there's no more, like the only place you go beyond here is a face tattoo. Like seriously, I mean right here, like when I blasted below the elbow, like it's a decision. My artist was like, hey, when you go here, just so you know, you're never going to be the same person again. Because you're no longer in this place of hiding. You're not making pretend that, hey, I'm something. Here's who I am. Tattoos are one way to do that. All right, there's a lot of ways to do that. Those things can do things. You know, just because you have a tattoo doesn't mean that you're powerful. Right? And just because you have a Lamborghini doesn't mean you're powerful. I know a lot of cocksuckers that drive Lamborghinis. And I know a lot of pussies that have tattoos. So, like, it doesn't really matter, like, in that piece, because all of that is just a symbol of trying to find, you know, what is it? What is the thing that gets me to go? Right? More than anything. My wife and I are driving. My wife's in the back. We're going to hear from her way, babe. It's wife Danielle. We're going on a little date night right afterwards. Is Nobu even open? No? You eat some sushi on the deck, and that's it? Okay, we're going to go to Nick's house and eat. That's open. Okay, so, like, my wife and I, and, like, our journey together as individuals and as a couple was a journey of death and rebirth, right? And that's ultimate entrepreneurism. Let me give you a review of the last 24 hours of my life. Being married, having kids, and running 4 companies with my wife. So last night we get home, we do the kid game, right? It's great. I had to work till 7. I had made a commitment to go home at 5:30 this year. It's the only day this year I didn't come home at 5:30. I called her and said, I got shit. Like I came for kids swimming lessons in the middle of the day. It took longer than I thought. I lost my time. I got to come back. Like I need to buy this. I'm a buy. Can please buy 90 minutes of time. She authorized said buy. I purchased it. I stayed till 7. I came home, did with kids, did the kid game. My wife and I laid down in bed, and then we got in a fight. We debated about this painting in my office that she doesn't like. She thinks the painting is bullshit. She wants to burn it. Now, my wife is a powerful woman. She equally produced me. Let me put this. I had more revenue in her last year. She had more profit. I mean, she actually made more money than me. That fucking changes a relationship. When your wife's company's like, yeah, but look at my revenue. And she said, yeah, revenue doesn't mean anything. Look at profits. I was like, who fucking taught you all this shit? So my wife, she's gotten arrogant. She also done this like body fitness thing this year, which has been exciting to watch her do because she got into body fitness competitions and like never done that. So now we eat chicken, fish, rice, asparagus, and broccoli instead of lean cuisines, which was kind of my game before. Lean cuisine surfing was making me soft. It wasn't working out. Right? So this diet change happened. My wife's like feeling confident, feeling powerful. So she doesn't have any problem telling me what she thinks. She hates this painting. So we get an argument about the painting last night. And finally, I'm like, I'm going to say some fuckery that's not going to make any sense, and I'm going to get myself in trouble. So I just had to slow it down. I said, I'm going to go to my office, and I do what I do when I get fired up a little bit with my wife. I don't go drink. I don't go fight people. I don't beat shit up, nothing. I go do something. You guys do this stuff too when you get stressed out. Where you go? Where's the place you go when you're stressed out? Where you go?
Fortress is smaller to you.
Say it again.
The Iron Fortress.
The Iron Fortress. You go work out, right? Pound some weights, hit it. Okay. Go to the gym. Okay. Where else?
Cigar lounge.
Cigar lounge. Good. Okay. We'll go there. We hang out. Get some cigar time. We're good. Mellow it out. Force us to breathe for an hour. Where else?
Gym for me.
Gym. Okay. Gym.
I get solidarity backyard.
Do the backyard. So you fired up. Need some time off. Go to the backyard. Where you go? Work. Gym. Yeah, for sure, Jim, bro. You are jacked. I was sitting in the back with my wife. I'm like, motherfucker, look at that guy's back. It's like the size of 9 of me from across behind. You jacked, dude. You look fucking great. Good work. Where you go?
Go for a run or a ride.
Okay, run or ride. Motorcycle?
Pedal bike.
Pedal bikes? Oh, no motor, no electric.
Bicycle.
Real riding?
Real power.
Yeah, I get it. So I know with electric bikes, I thought they were total weak-ass move, right? I was like, only weak people ride electric bikes. And then I watch people with baskets like rolling past like full-on like Tour de France riders and they're like, I'm like, how the fuck? And then we got some. I was like, okay, these are fun. I like this. So we all do different things. My way of dealing with not like being in the situation last time was I said, fuck it, I'm going to go work then. I'm going to go work. I'm going to go around the corner and work. I've done my kid time. I'm in my mind, I'm thinking you're kind of being a bitch. I don't want to be in the presence with you right now. So then I go around, I do my work, because that's what I do. I grind it, and I shut her out, and I put my thing on. I'm like, all right. I'm doing my thing, I'm working. And next thing you know, she comes walking by in her sweatpants with her little crop top t-shirt on purpose. Comes walking by to just happen to brush her teeth in my side of the master. She never comes to my side. She thinks my side sucks. That's where the painting is. She comes walking by doing her little seductive ways, brushing her teeth. Now I know something's up, but I'm a committed man. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking let this woman influence my anger and frustration, my disappointment in myself right now. She continues to go down that path. Next thing I know, she sees my end. She knows I'm in trouble because I'm in the angry place. I'm in the angry place. It's not like I'm getting anything done. How many of you have been trying to do the work under the angry place? Raise your hand. You're like, I'll fucking get some shit done right now. It's like the same thing where you're like, you know what I'm going to do? I just need to smoke a blunt and then I'll be real focused to get some shit done at work. You're like, well, okay, that was a little too much. I'm not so focused anymore. Turn on some Netflix and send some tacos from the order company. So it's like, all right, so you tried the things. It doesn't work. I'm sitting there. I'm trying to do my work thing and my wife just straddles me. Now, I try to block her. I try to block her because I know what she's doing, her seductive moves. She's trying to put on the seductive moves, trying to win, trying to conquer, trying to do the thing. I put the block on, but she's too powerful. She breaks right through the block. Sitting on my lap, right in front of my computer, then she pulls the ultimate move. She pulls the shirt up. Now at this point, how much power do I have? None! Zero fucking power. It's bullshit. No matter how angry I am, I have lost all power. Now my wife go on from that point. We reconcile our differences. We have a great experience for the next hour. Now, my wife goes to bed, and legit, my wife goes to bed. She falls asleep. She's like, thank you, babe. That was good. I conquered you. I was like, God, I don't know how to feel about that, but I kind of like being conquered. Thank you. She goes to bed, and then who wakes up? The baby wakes up. So then I'm sitting with the baby for an hour. My 13-year-old's pissed off because I'm taking her cell phone away and telling me I'm a motherfucker. This is what 13-year-olds tell me. My 9-year-old's like, I don't want to go to bed. I'm on the phone doing my thing on FaceTime while my friend's playing Roblox. I'm like, what is going on in this house? So then I'm up till 1 o'clock. Now the baby decides to wake back up at 4 o'clock. Now, of course, all I get is this from my wife. I conquered you. Go handle this shit. So I'm over there with the baby at 4 a.m. Now I'm doing my morning routine. I get into work. I do my things today. I got banking deals I'm trying to put together. I got things I'm locking down. I got calls. I got 5 hours of trainings, live stream. I got coordinating my teams. I have to blast one of my team members for fucking up today. I'm doing all of this. Meanwhile, I've got an important call with my banker to go get some deals done that we're trying to do in real estate right now that I have to take, which makes me late here. So I have to send a text and be inside of all of this. And meanwhile, all of this, here you are waiting for me to come have a presentation while I drive for 45 goddamn minutes down the PCH going like this. No point to have a Lamborghini if you go, it sucks. You need a fucking helicopter. Something. All to come here, and guess what? That's called life. There were 93 different reasons I could have permission not to get shit done today. Oh, and I went to the baby swim lessons in the middle of the day again today. Oh, and I forgot. I brought my daughter back over to the office, but we didn't know the Zoom code, so she couldn't get in Zoom code, so I just told her to skip the rest of the day and play Roblox in my office. Oh, and the 13-year-old got kicked out of private school today, too. Welcome to a day in my fucking life. And guess what? If you're going to build shit, you better expand who the fuck you are. You better figure out how to get bigger than the situations around you. And when the situations come up, you're going to have to get bigger. Or you can just eliminate all reality. Stop going to the gym. You can stop worrying about relationships. You can stop worrying about other people. And you can just focus on the money. Now, that's a big strategy in Orange County. It works. It works. You can say, fuck everybody else, and you can go make the money. And guess what you'll be? Divorced 3 times, and you'll lose 75% of every empire you built. You'll probably live in my neighborhood. You'll be a billionaire, but you've already given away $3 billion to one woman, $2 billion to another, and another $1 billion over here. So you can spend all your time working in that place and watch your life fall apart. What the business you run?
Marketing.
Marketing? You run a marketing agency or what?
Yeah.
Right? How long have you been doing this?
3 years.
3 years. How old are you?
25.
20 fucking 5. You've been doing this 3 years. Yeah. That's impressive. It's impressive you've been sitting here. Most 25-year-olds don't give a fuck. How old are you?
34.
34. 38.
32.
32.
34.
34.
36.
36.
28.
28.
30.
30.
33.
33.
36.
36.
34.
34.
34.
34. 22. Exactly. And you're beautiful. How old are you?
48.
You're beautiful.
Thank you.
You're gorgeous. Right? Is she not gorgeous? Look at her. 48. She's beautiful.
Wait until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
It's all right. It's all right. We're going to see you at 9 o'clock or whatever time we start at. So all of you here have a different level of experience. Now, I love it, Nick. You got like a crew of young blood in here. Like groups I'm running with there, like our 40s and 50s, and a lot of them are in their 60s. Just like most people in our neighborhood are like 20 years older than us. Like it's just very different. But you got a chance to make some massive fucking decisions. And the part that nobody will tell you is the fact that you are the direction of your future, period. Deals don't get done in your world. You don't land marketing contracts because you're great at it. We expect you to be great at it. You land marketing contracts because you're great at it and we fucking like you and trust you. That's it. You can look me in the eyes and I know when you're talking, you're telling the truth. That's it. If you have to use a preamble like, well, to be honest with you, fuck you, get the fuck out. I don't have time for you. Because that means everything you just told me before is a lie. And I don't have time for your bullshit. I don't have time for your lies. So if you're going to be honest with me, be honest with me. I'm just going to expect it until you tell me otherwise.
Sounds good.
Hands up, how many have heard that or used that phrase before? Put your hands up if you said that, to be honest with you. If you've heard somebody say that. Put your hand. Now you're all terrified to say it. You're like, I don't want to fucking raise my hand. Just put your hand up if you said it. Get all your goddamn hands up. Y'all have done this before. I've done this before too. So we live in this place of decision where we have to say, well, what is it that I'm committed to? What did you do revenue last year?
2019, 500,000.
2020.
About 90% decrease because of the pandemic.
So give me a number.
Maybe
100,000?
80K.
80K.
250.
250K last year.
Yes, sir.
Last year.
I'm sorry, I didn't know the question. I just
It's all good. Guess. Just make some shit up.
revenue.
Yeah. I was going to see what you came up with, just with like whatever answer you want to put in the box. I'll come.
2.7.
2.7. Okay. Are you guys together?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was 2.7 together, or was it separate?
Yeah, I'm
This
zero.
is not personal. This
I'm
business
here
or
for identity.
Business. Just business for
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So you guys are together right now. Zero. Not zero. You're with him, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Then you did 2.7. So go ahead and own it. Okay. So what do you got here?
2.3.
2.3?
Just a little over 100K.
Over 100K?
1.5.
1.5?
2.7.
2.6?
100K.
100K?
Depends which company.
Okay. Put them all together. Lump them.
100 million.
100 million last year. Great job. Yeah. Say it. 3?
10.
10?
Last year, 125.
125?
0.
0. Okay. So here's the thing. In this place, if it's 0 or if it's 100 million, you have to be able to own the reality of where you are. Why? What's your name?
Sal.
Sal. Why? Why do you have to own where you are? 100%. Because you wanted to own 2019. Ask what you did last year. Your mind went to 2019. I get it. I get it. When people don't want to talk about what they actually did with money, you know what they do? They start telling you stories. I know. It's hard because you're like, fuck, I don't want to tell the truth about where I'm at right now because I don't like that. I don't like what I'm looking at.
You also revenue. You also debt.
Well, we're going to get to a lot of that question too. Okay, got it. I got it. I know. Remember, I'm the guy that my wife said, yeah, but I did more revenue. My wife said, yeah, but I fucked you up in profit. And I was like, clear. So this game, regardless of what it's a debt game, then we get to own that. We get to own it. There's a word. People have heard the statement, oh man, I should have brought my own marker. I'll bring my own marker next time. Do you have a black marker?
I have a black marker.
You have the black one? Do we have a thick black marker? If not, I know what I'm getting you for your birthday, Nick. I'm going to get you a nice big flip chart with some nice fat markers. Okay. Facts will set you free. What does this mean? You hear the word facts. What's your name?
Casey.
Casey. When you hear the word facts, what does this mean to you? You hear facts.
Actual real reality where you're at.
Real reality, where you're at. Okay, what would you add to this? Facts.
Hard truth.
Hard truth. Okay?
100%.
100%. Facts, what do you hear?
Pain.
Say it again.
Pain.
Okay, pain. Can be, right? Can be hard facts. Can be pain. Okay, what else? Facts, what do you hear?
Real.
Real. Facts.
Truth.
Truth. Facts.
Just the truth.
Truth. Facts.
Truth. Truth.
Aware truth.
Aware truth. Nice. You see that +1 right there? She got you. They're good at that shit. I like that, right? It's like, you got truth, I erase your truth. Aware truth. Got you. Okay, so facts. My marriage didn't change until I came to the reality of the facts of the situation. I told my wife, I said, you've changed so much. There's a couple years into me sort of figuring my shit out. I said, babe, you've changed so much. She said, I haven't changed at all. You finally took your head out of your ass. And you can see me now. I've always been here, though. Now, I didn't like that. I didn't want to accept that. Because I'm like, oh, no, you're changing, too. No. The facts were I was an asshole. I was a horrible father, horrible parent, horrible husband. I was not good at that game. I was not good at it. I was good at making money, and I was good at doing other things. I was not good at that, though. Being home for the swimming lessons in the middle of the day, every day at 12 o'clock with the baby swimming, not good at that. Being home at 5:30, not good at that. Coming home at 9, leaving at 6, I was good at that. Burying myself in work, being constantly gone, yeah, I was good at that. Having an excuse to never be around, I was good at that. But being good at this was hard. That was a hard fact to come to, right? When you sit and you look in the mirror and you're like, dude, I had 500,000 in 2019, and I did 80,000 in 2020. How's that feel?
Aware.
You feel aware. What does aware feel like?
Painful,
Okay.
but grateful at the same time for it.
Okay. Painful but grateful. Okay. I like it. I mean, you got the reframe already happening in your brain, which is fantastic. If we strip away the reframe and the positive mental attitude, what does the core of you actually feel about it?
Like shit.
Yeah. And when you look in the mirror at yourself as a producer, what do you think?
I can get out of this.
Okay. Nice. Positive mental attitude. I get it. And there's another thought that comes with it, which is what?
The unknown. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. No. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
How the fuck did you put yourself here? You dumb fuck. Why did you let this happen? How did you take your foot off the gas? Why did you allow the pandemic to fuck you? We had our biggest years ever in 2020. Yep, there was a 2-day window. I went to the panic pocket. To the point I went walking with my wife and I was like, I think I need a loan to bail us out of everything. She's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Literally, I had like a 2-day meltdown. It was a bad 2 days. I was walking. She's like, you are not only not attractive, like you need to get your shit together. Then I went back to the office, sat down, got my shit together, and I changed it. Because what I was looking at myself, I was not happy. I was going down the path. Could have been a destructive 2020. I had 9 or 10 significant innovative pivots. How many had to pivot last year? Raise your hand. Okay, how many continued to do the same thing you did, and it just was working better? How many did the same thing, but it worked worse? Kind of a mix of both. So, if you can get to the reality over the next 2.5 days of where you're actually at in business, not what you think your business, because there's where you're at and there's what your mind wants to tell you you're at.
Right.
It's like, well, here's what I'm at. Yes, this is my son right now. My son in his mind looks like you, bro. He in his mind is 100% confident. He will go hit biceps twice in a day and he will walk in the kitchen, 21. He's like, you got more chicken. He's just all about himself right now. And he does. His whole muscle mass fits in your left tricep, my friend. But in his mind, he looks exactly like you. Now, I like it. I like his positive mental attitude, right? I like it. I like it when he's putting on his fitness videos with a 185 squat. He's impressing himself. Now, to his own candor, I helped him get in some positive place with himself, and he got aggressive, and he sold $1,300 in programs to these skinny kids who want to put a little bit of muscle on like he did. He figured out put 20 pounds and go from really skinny to a little bit of buffness, a little bit of muscle on him. And I said, there's a market of skinny dudes who want to figure out how to look just like you. He's like, bullshit, because he wants to look like... Right? But to get to that place, I'm like, son, you have to own the reality of where you are. You think you have to be 205 with a hot Instagram girlfriend with her ass cheeks out all day long in order to get people to listen to you. You don't have to be that guy. Own where you are and sell from that place. Lead from that place. Stop being stressed out about the facts that you don't have and continually, perpetually putting yourself in the shame pit about where you're not. Well, I'm not over here. I'm not selling these amount of contracts. I'm not doing this amount of profit. I don't have this number of clients. Or you feel uncomfortable in a networking environment, and when the opportunity to tell the truth about your business, when you could get some assistance and help like a group like this, instead of telling the truth, what do?
Bullshit.
We lied to ourselves.
Did you hear I threw that back there? That was incredible. You do what?
We lied to ourselves.
How do you do that in a group like this? How could you do it? Because I did it. I did it for years, and I kept myself fucked in a little box, not solving the problems of my business or my life, because I would come to groups like this with all the intention to be committed to change and to bring some shit and change some shit. And I would tell my wife every time, 6 months, babe, I just need 6 months to turn this shit around. I was a banking game for 9 years, lost all that shit, not because of the market, because I was a shitty business person, and I was a young 30-something idiot who was really just an aggressive pitch man who didn't understand the first thing about running business. So I would come to a group in pain. Fucking pain. Yeah, well, you just heard my revenue? How about I tell you fucking about my debt? How about I tell you about the nights that I put myself to sleep with fucking tequila and vodka because I don't know how the hell I'm going to dig myself out of this shit. Or how I'm going to deal with the tax liability that I'm 3 years back on that I haven't fucking taken care of. Or how would I deal about what's going on with my wife right now and the fact she just left me and she cheated on me with some other guy. Or how about I tell you the truth about what's going on behind the scenes with my addictions. And now all of a sudden I'm like, hey, whoa, I don't want to talk about that. So then I'm going to come into a conversation with you, and you and I are going to have an opportunity tomorrow, not you and I for real, but tomorrow you're going to be in a situation, you guys are going to be sitting here having a conversation with Coach Nick, Coach Cullen, right? Coach Russ, Coach Garrett. You're going to have a talk with one of these guys. You're going to be in your group, and your temptation is going to be to lie. To not say how old you are. Why wouldn't you own how old you are? Are you beautiful, yes or no?
Yes.
Do you love her, yes or no?
Yes.
Is she sexy to you?
Hell yeah.
She's sexy to you, right?
Hell yeah.
Dude, she's sexy to me, and she's not my wife. I'm just saying your wife's a beautiful woman.
Put it up, man.
Yeah, bro, you did. Well, and here's the thing. You don't have to put yourself down and put yourself in her place. You fucking married exactly who you are. Good for you. You're a good-looking man, got good hair. She's a beautiful woman. You got some good shit going on. Well done. So this piece for us over the next 2.5 days is about you getting to a level of the truth with you about what is, not what you wished it was. If you can do this, some magical shit opens up. What do you think some of that magical shit is? What's your name?
Derek.
Derek, what is some of the magical shit that might open up?
Impact in other people's lives.
Down the road. Let's talk about what's going to happen in the next 2.5 days. That might happen down the road. Next 2.5 days, that shit ain't happening. We're only worried about impacting one person. So let's say you impact yourself by living in the truth. In those facts, you look at the business, you go through the process code, you're going to come up here and just ninjutsu the shit out of your stuff. You're going to feel all bad about yourself. You're going to be like, oh, I feel bad about myself because my shit's not on point. I'm totally disorganized. Chaos is bullshit. I don't even know how I made any money in my entire life with how disorganized I am. It will happen, I promise you. Even if you make a shitload of money, you will still feel like a total weak-ass producer who doesn't know how you even got where you are. Okay? So all that's going to happen, but what's going to open up for you, Derek?
Vulnerability.
Okay? And that's going to give you access to something. What do you think that is?
Confidence.
Yes, but where is that confidence going to come from?
Me.
Holy fuck, you just answered it right, but you don't even know how right you are. Watch this. Nick, this is when the new shit's coming out. Get ready. I got a small white flip chart and a small marker, so you're going to have to look close. That says, and that's a bunch of sloppy writing. That says, me possible. When I live by the code, real, raw, relevant results, when I live in the facts, the reality of me as a possibility exists. Not fake me. Not hurry, hold my phone. Okay, I'm going to take some candid photos. Okay, ready? I'm going to candidly walk up here and hold this marker like this. Do the thing where you go to the side. Take like 600 photos all at once, okay? Ready? Do 600. Okay, let me see it. Oh, yeah, so candid. Hey, guys, just hanging out here in Multiple Club. Just fucking making it happen. Everybody already knows you're full of shit because everybody else is doing that fucking bullshit, right? It's like the fake you is like all the plastic side. If everybody had to post the real shot and every woman and man had to post how many hours they spent trying to get that one fucking picture, it's like the photo showed up and right above, 6 hours and 32 minutes. It's like my daughter on vacation. She'll take a picture sitting on a wave runner in her swimming suit. And all our friends like, oh my God, girl. Oh my God, having so much fun. Cabo life, Cancun life, Mexico life, love my life. Having so much fun. Oh my God, oh my God. Do you know what was really going on? First, she was laying on a beach, not doing anything but doing Snapchatting with her friends. Then, after we were done riding all the wave runners, she came over to the wave runner, sat on the wave runner, made us take pictures for 10 minutes, then went back to the fucking lay down place underneath the cabana and lay for another 3 hours to get the perfect picture, tell everyone how much fun she was having at Cancun. How many of y'all know this is true happening right now? It's like you see it around resorts, etc., right? Well, that's not reality. My daughter's not having fun. She's not having fun. She thinks she's having fun. She's living off likes and people who think she's having fun. She's not even having fun. So there's a piece of us that is trapped. Me Possible is trapped by your lies. And the entire world beyond you possible exists a new reality. But it's not what you think. See, over the next 2.5 days, you have an opportunity to access a voice inside of you that knows you, like knows all your dark shit, all your light shit. You can't hide into this shit. Knows it all. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be all tricky. No, you can't filter your way out of this one. You just get to be there butt-ass naked with all you got going on. You got a hairy back? I got a hairy back. I got hairy back. That's what I got. I'm a Viking. Come on. I'm a Neanderthal. Did you know this? I was informed of this about a month ago. I was a Neanderthal. I was like, that's bullshit. And I looked at it, but fuck, I'm a Neanderthal. That's great. Got the big forehead, Cro-Magnon forehead going on. You see that? All through high school, I thought I just had an extra shelf to hold sunglasses nobody else had. It's true. So I get into the facts where I'm at. What is my facts? Well, guess what? I have a denture. That's crazy. It is what it is. I got a denture. I had tumors. I had cancer. Whatever. It happened. I'm not going to hide from this shit. I got a denture. People make fun of me online. Oh, I hear your fucking denture clapping. I'm like, okay. Fuck you. And you're still broke, you dumb fuck. So keep talking your shit. Cat face pumpkin patch. You guys know what I'm talking about in the social media. People talking the biggest shit. Always seem to have like cat profiles and pumpkin patches and sunsets. I'm like, where the hell did they get these assholes? All right. So anyways, I come back to the Me Possible. Me Possible says, I have to tell the truth. If I can tell the truth, I access something. There's a confidence that comes in living in who you actually are. Confidence. So back in the day when I wear the suit, I like to wear suits. I don't wear them all the time. I wear them once in a while. Got a bunch of them from the David August. He's great. Wife got me down that path. Was tired of me wearing my Black Warrior t-shirts to date night every night. She said, you're not turning me on at all. I need you to fix your game. But it worked, so I fixed my game. Went up there, got a better game now. But here's the thing inside. Back in the day when I wear the suit, I did it because I was actually trying to be something I'm not. People say, why you got a Lamborghini? I was like, because I like it. Well, you think you're badass because of it? I said, no, I'm badass before I got it. That's why I fucking bought it. But I know what it's like to try to buy shit to make you cool. Now I just match my environment to who I am. Cars, houses, people, teams, offices, equipment. People are like, you're a big-ass consumer. I said, I'm a big-ass creator, too. And creators consume the most. The largest creators consume the most because they create the most. There's nothing wrong with consuming. Where there is a problem is you thinking you can take some shit without creating. Now, welcome to the tipping point of the United States of America. An epidemic of takers who feel they are entitled to creators' results without having to create. So, we sit in this dilemma as creators, a room of creators here over the next 2.5 days, and our biggest obstacle is not cat face, pumpkin patch. Our biggest obstacle is you and a piece of you that wants to live in fiction. and you want to impress the coaches, and you want to impress each other, and you want to impress somebody else, that at the end of the day, they don't really care. What they care about is, are you being honest with me? Can I trust what you're saying? This real estate deal I'm working on right now, it will come down to one conversation between one guy and another guy, and it has nothing to do with term sheets, and it has nothing to do with money, and it has nothing to do with, it has to do with one thing. One guy having a conversation with another guy who doesn't know me from one guy who does know me, simply say, he's good. That conversation happens tomorrow. Everybody's lined up to have the conversation. I'm not manipulating anybody. I said, bro, you just speak what you need to speak. And if you feel that's how you feel about me, then you just say that, and then this deal is going to fall. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Maybe change his mind tonight. But tomorrow, we'll find out. It has nothing to do with terms. It has to do with character. The deals you make and the biggest opportunities for your business to get funding, to get backed up capital, to have strategic partners and alliances, to increase revenue, it will not come down to your tactical know-how. It will come down to who you are being as a producer and a creator and your ability to connect with other creators to do deals. The end. But you can't do that if you show up as manipulative motherfucker and liar. And you try to show up in all of the who you're not. Hey, I saw a YouTube video, let me be that guy. Hey, I'm weighing and measuring you. I'm going to be who you think I should be. I'm going to be a chameleon because that's what negotiation's all about. I'm going to figure out, oh man, he's got a hand tattoo. I need to go quickly have my tattoo put down. Then we'll be hand tattoo brothers and then he'll trust me. Fuck it, dude, I don't have a hand tattoo. I thought about it, think it's great. Big balls, well done. My wife's like, don't do it. I was like, I don't know. I might do it still. Who knows? And then my son came in the room. I think I'm going to get a giant neck tattoo. And she's like, oh my God, no, you're not. So this piece in you comes down to honesty. And you're going to get a chance to do that tonight, or you get a chance to do that tomorrow. You're going to get real honest with yourself. If you don't, and it's easy, right? The number was 0 last year, right?
Yes, sir.
You're going to be in conversation with 100 million over here. And you're going to have a temptation to lie. The crazy part is 100 million is going to know you're fucking lying all day long. So don't try to be anything more than what you are right now. And guess what? If you are who you are, you'll be enough in that conversation. And you might just be open hearing something at lunch tomorrow that he shares. And vice versa, here's the crazy shit. You know this at this point already. Some of the biggest breakthroughs don't come from all the big players. It's somebody who's so far outside the fucking circle. You run in, they say one thing, and you're like, holy shit. Because he doesn't see the world from your world. And that's why you're here too. So this piece here, me possible, opens up a voice and a connection to a version of you I call me impossible. So when Derek said, I am who I give myself the confidence, it's true. What version of you? The version Nick Long is right now. Coach Nick right now, that version was calling to Nick 6 years ago. Coach Colin, Russ, Pickle Perry dominating the world these days. Here to be one of your coaches this weekend. AZ Ra, who will be here tomorrow. All the version of these men today were calling forth to the men they were 5-6 years ago. And every time they stepped into the truth, there was a voice that was activated. But it wasn't the voice of God yet. It was a voice of who you are. A future version of you that says, whoa, 1.5? Bro, we're 120 million. So I appreciate it, own it, be in it, enjoy it. But guess what? I got some shit for you. Come find me. And you start calling to you. And you in the future speaks into your soul and says, bro, I need you to come. You got to stop holding on. You got to fucking let go. You got to go now. And it's going to ask you, and it's going to look at the debt, and you impossible looking at the situation saying, not impossible, bro. You today, impossible. It's impossible what I'm asking you to do from me, impossible. Your future you is looking at you and saying, not a problem. Not a problem. Money problems now, very different than money problems in the past. All of us have these situations. I used to be stressed out about it. I remember the most stressful week of my life in my early 20s. I had to make a commitment to a Cricket cell phone contract and a gym membership. Both were 12 months. It was $63 total between both. It took me 2 days to make the decision. So I don't fucking know. What might happen? I don't know what might happen. I don't know what will happen. What will happen? What will happen? What will happen in 9 months? I don't know. What if I don't have any money in 7 months? I can't pay the bill. What if I can't pay the gym bill? I can't pay the Cricket bill. I'm fucked. Side note, the time I'm dating my wife, I had the Cricket cell phone. And for some reason, I thought it would be cool to have a cloud like clouds. It was a Nokia. You remember the Nokia phones? You change the covers on them?
Yeah.
Some of you 20, there's some like, oh shit, I'm now at the point now, speaker, I get to talk about shit where half the people in the room don't know what I'm talking about. So fuck, you got it. You're like, yeah, I remember the clicks. I put a cloud case on this thing. When my wife met me, I had a cell phone with a blue and white cloud cover. I had a $1,000 car with no hubcaps, but I did get some when I met her from Walmart that you popped on and I would polish them. They were spinners from the Walmart. And I had Hawaiian seat covers. And one time a girl went out dancing because I came right straight from work. She said I smelled nice. And that was because I had sprayed some pina colada air freshener from my car on me that I got at the gas station. So my cologne at the time was pina colada air freshener. I had the cloud cover. I had the Hawaiian seat covers. The car also didn't have any struts. So it bounced down the road like I was hydrauliced up driving down the road. And the worst part is my wife didn't know this was my car because I had another girl who liked me who had a brand new Blazer. And I took my wife out in her Blazer for the first 2 times, and the other girl didn't know. So when I show up to date night number 3 into the shitty car, she's like, whose car is this? And my friends thought it'd be funny, so they sold 2 of the hubcaps off it. I was like, this is mine. People are like, oh, you got a sugar baby in your hands. I was like, no, this woman knew me 20 years ago. She bankrolled on penny stock. She knew this shit was going to blow up. She knew, and I knew, and we both knew. So me now was calling to me PE teacher, football coach 20 years ago. So when Rich Dad Poor Dad, the book, hit my hands and gave me an opportunity to choose something different, I had to listen to me. To me. Now when I'm in this place of me now and me in the future, and I enter into a sacred relationship with me now and me in the future, I have conversations with me. How many of you have had visions enter your mind or had conversations with a piece of you that just doesn't seem like it's you, but it's kind of like you? Raise your hand if you've had this happen. It's like you're walking around, you're kind of like having a debate with yourself. You're like, do this. Like there's a part of you, there's decisions you'll make, where a part of you be like, dude, we can't do this. We can't do this. It's not going to work, bro. And another piece of you is like, calm the fuck down. Just go. We got this. This is these 2 versions of you, me impossible, calling to me possible. But this version of you to call possible, where the confidence for the future comes from, does not happen if you lie about who you are now. If you lie about where you are. If you lie about what you want. If you lie about what's working and not working. If you do this, this version of you will evade you. And your fiction that you live in becomes fantasy. And you say you're going to do some shit, but you're not. I have 200 people every single day this week at 8:30 in the morning and gave them an opportunity to come into to do the shit you say you're going to fucking do challenge. Literally just get on every morning and I yell at them for 90 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Did you say you were going to do it yesterday? Did you do it? No. What the fuck? Get off my call. I don't really kick them off the call. I just make them turn their camera off. Then I say, now turn your damn camera back on. Why are you not doing the shit you said you were going to do? And then we figure out why they're not doing it. And every single time it comes back to what? Lies. And you know what some of the biggest lies that you're going to uncover the next couple of days are the stories that you tell yourself. The stories that actually, your stories are your greatest constraint to your revenue. The greatest constraint to your profits and the greatest constraint to your power. You want to make more fucking money, you better change your stories. Period. You don't want to make a hiring move because you're panicked. That's a story problem. But making the hiring move is a doubling down, and it'll put you in a short dip, and in that dip, it'll open back up, and the money will come back. You'll be fine. But you won't make the decision if you are held hostage with stories that are false. False stories that hold you hostage to being able to see this impossible you. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take 2 minutes. You're going to explain this to somebody next to you. Y'all got buddy right next to you. So turn your chairs. So you guys are like knee to knee. Turn your chairs real quick. I don't know if we got enough room at the tables. Turn your chairs. Knee to knee. You are explaining what you are getting from this so far. Knee to knee. All right, first person. You got 90 seconds. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Share it up. Pick your guy, off you go.
Jay, they're just going to bring in the food real quick while you're doing this. So it's a perfect interruption.
I must have intuited. You must have been pinging me.
No, this is perfect.
Okay, dude, for sure. I'm getting you a gift. I'm getting you a King tablet.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had this. Was like office.
It's fucking dope, right?
Great, bro. And it's right here in Lido. Dude, this is great.
Like, you realize what I have to pay to have an event?
Dude, well, you wouldn't be able to. Because everybody would be shutting you down. We know that. That's the same thing's happened here with like what seemed to be train facility in Dana Point. That's why I built it. That's why I was sitting back there. I didn't know Colin and them were behind me. So I'm sitting there. You're talking about him. I'm like looking around. I see Garrett Bacon. I'm like, did Garrett slap him in the face and pick him up? Well, I didn't realize it was Russ and Derek. I didn't know that. So, but I didn't see Colin and Russ behind me. I was like, oh shit. So are any of these guys repeat? No, this is all brand new.
This is a recruitment event.
This is a recruit. It's all brand new.
So Jay's a member.
So I thought I remember seeing Jay from video.
Yeah, Jay's a member. And, some of the guys in the back, Nick and Chase, they're members. So we invite members to come back. So like go deep on the ID, shit, but then we jump deep. Like I rip apart the financials, the marketing strategy, everything, but make sure they have a good foundation.
So this is setting me up good.
Oh yeah, this is
Okay, good.
So we run one a month.
Okay, it's beautiful. This is great. You know what's fun for me? Sit in the back and know that's not my game anymore. It's so fun because I get to see you guys and I'm like, this is fucking so great.
I told you the butterfly effect.
Yeah, dude, it's massive. It's popping up in all kinds of places too. Like I watched what happened with Sam. I watched all these people around us now are starting to group. It's like the minute I did that, 2 things happened too. The inside of Warrior went like this to like thousands, but it's different because it's just I'm an addition to what's happening. But it's so fun because like you can hit this group of people in a way that there's no bandwidth. How limited? And if you go run a room like this like every 2 weeks, it's like a game.
We're doing this once a month, but we're going to cap it at 75. And then we're going to create more of a virtual experience. We're going to make this hard to get into. And we're keeping fucking people out. You're not doing cohort, you're not growing your business, you're gone. Because ultimately, we're going to be investing in all of these people. So imagine like grabbing the Russ Perry of 2016 and having an opportunity to give him $1 million. A fucking $1 million would be worth $30 million today, right? But there's Russ Perry's in this room. Does that matter?
Dude, I love it. Setup's great. Room's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Room is beautiful. Okay, did everybody share? Everybody share? Okay, turn it back around. Turn it back around. Okay, so what are you getting from this?
This was, well, first of all, I manifested you because I just started literally watching your videos a couple weeks ago. And I didn't know you were even going to be here until I got, like, at the very last minute, I got the outline. I'm like, oh my God, that crazy guy.
The crazy guy is here.
Crazy guy
in person.
To be there. So that was cool that you're here, and also Nick and G and everybody. So this has been profound for me because I'm in a really interesting place in my life right now. And so it's profound. It's good timing for me to be here. So I'm grateful.
Beautiful. And when it comes to this principle right here, when we're talking about this, what are you seeing in this? And this idea of being me possible today by stripping away the stories and lies.
You have to be authentic, for things to emerge and manifest and come your way. If you're not authentic and you're trying to be somebody you're not, it's going to be blocked.
Are you ready? Are you ready to do that?
Energetically, it's going to be blocked.
Are you ready to do that?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
What area of your life do you know something needs to be stripped away and more real of you needs to be available?
Okay, stripped away.
Where right now do you know you would get more power, more production, more creativity, more creation in your world if you were able to get to a deeper level of transparency and authenticity, not just with you and your wife, but with everybody?
Yeah.
Where do you think that is?
Focus.
In what area?
I think all, but my physical.
Physical body?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, body's really weak right now.
Okay. Do you feel good about your body right now? Okay. Does your body empower you right now?
No.
Is your body an anchor or a weapon?
It's an anchor.
Okay. So this is a perfect start, right?
Yeah.
So the crazy part to change is I come in and I get to look at the desirable conversation and the not desirable conversation. Right? So it goes both ways, which means sometimes you'll have a tendency to want to look at the ugly truth, and you always beat the fuck out of yourself about the ugly truth. You're like, oh man, I don't like this. This isn't working. This isn't happening. I don't like this. And then you won't give yourself any credit for the cool shit you've done. So it goes both ways, which means living in the facts is also being able to own with no apologies. Dude, I did 100 million. And there's no hesitation. It's like, I did 100 million. Yeah, I realize you did 0, but I don't feel bad for you at all. So I'm not going to shrink to make you feel comfortable in this room. If you can't get the shit handled, that's fine. And at the same time, you can own being a 0 for last year. And I don't know what the backline story is. And I don't know what the situation is, right? I've been a 0 too, so I get it. And like many times, or crowds, 20 years. So whatever the story is, you can own that too. And be like, listen, and the crazy part, you two will connect in a real mastermind. Because you both are stepping into truth. And so you can be in a conversation about, hey, listen, here's the deal. I kind of got the business thing going on, but I'm going to be straight with you. My body, it fucking pisses me off, right? I look at myself coming out of the shower. I'm not excited. I put on clothes. I'm not excited. I walk around. I do not feel powerful. Right now, I want to walk around feel like I can fuck people up. And right now, I do not feel like that. I do not feel encouraged by this. It pulls from me. It makes me self-conscious. I don't like it. I notice myself pulling back, resisting certain things, putting myself out there, putting myself in certain situations. I won't do it. Okay, good. So you three can be in a conversation. You can be talking about body. You can be talking about, typically, I don't know what your situation is, so I'm just going to put something out there. If it's accurate or not, either way, it's okay. Just play with me. You can be talking about money problems and being real about money. You can be talking about body, and you can be talking about marriage. Typically, every guy I work with that's 100 million or more, and we're having relationship issues. Because to build to 100 million, there's a fucking sacrifice that has to be made. And it's called work a shitload and be obsessed. So you could be in a situation talking about your marriage, talking about kids. You can be in a situation talking about money. You can be in a situation talking about body. And all three of you meeting in that vulnerable truth as men in the next 2 days, just having that conversation, you edify each other from the truth. And there's no judgment, because it's like, hey, bro, listen, I have situations all the time. We turn the dial, body being balanced business. We turn the dial. You're like, okay, dude, you got your body down, but what do you not got going on? And we click the dial, and we click the dial, and we click the dial. And each one of you here, Multiple Club, are searching for a have-it-all lifestyle. In your version, which is, how do I put all this shit together at the same time? Is it about exiting the business? It could be. But here's what we know. If you prep yourself to go that direction, to build, scale, and exit, the man or woman that you will become in the process is one that you stand in the mirror, butt-ass naked, bro, and you're just like, and your wife's like, I'm here. I said, yeah, I know, but I'm looking at myself right now. Looking really fucking good. I'm not going to lie to you. You like this, huh? You see I've been squatting, babe? Can you tell that, huh? Been squatting. See those glutes? Let me flex them. All right, they're not that big. I'll cover those back up. All right. I only say that because this is my wife talking shit all day long. Nice surfer ass, nice surfer ass. You need a squat. I was like, squats do me no good on an 8-foot swell. So, all right. So this piece then that we're putting together, we're saying, okay, if I can open up this window in the next day and a half to 2 days, if you can just go all in on this with Coach Nick and the team, just go all in. Don't hesitate. Be the first one. Be like, all right, listen, here's the deal. Here's where it's fucked up for me right now. Here's what's going on for me. I'm not going to hide. I'm going to get this shit out here right now. I need help with this. I need work on this. I want to process. I want to talk about this. Because that's not what I did. I would come to events for years, and I would sit, and I wanted to say it, but I couldn't. It was kind of all the things I wanted to say to my wife, but I couldn't say to my wife. So I would sit at table at lunch, and I would want to say, somebody would have a solution for me right there. And they'd be like, dude, bro, how can I help you, man? I like you. You're a good guy. It looks like you stuck a little bit. You know, what can I do to support you? I got networks. I got teams. And I'd be like, I'm good. Got it. Got it. Good.
Would you like someone to? Would you like someone to offer that?
Is that where you want to go?
I know you said be the person that does it.
Well, yeah. All right.
I'm asking if you.
Wait, listen, have you known who I am before this?
No.
Well, bro, this is fucking my world. This is what I love.
The person that comes and gets done.
I get it, and you're doing it right now. Okay, so what's the area right now that is causing you the most stress?
I speak 5 languages. I've been to 99 countries. I studied at Harvard and MIT. I've sold 4 businesses.
So you're stressed out because you're smart as fuck?
I'm too
Pause. So here's the thing I want you to know what's happening.
experienced to fail.
Okay, but pause. Pause though. You wanted to be the first to be vulnerable, and then you gave me a checklist of why you're so fucking cool. Pause. You just entered my world, motherfucker. And this is not multiple. I'll start throwing Hey. This is why you're not going to get help as you sit there with your crossed up fucking arms. You just raise your goddamn hand and ask for help, and then you've done everything you possibly can to make sure I don't get in. And bro, I get it. I get it. When you need help, guess what you need to do?
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up and listen. But you're so smart. You want to tell me how smart you were so you didn't have to feel inadequate about being vulnerable with me, and I get it.
I still got my hand up.
Dude, I don't doubt at all. I know it. I see it in your eyes. You got so much fucking pain carried up in a backpack of yours right now that you've been hauling around for who God knows how long. And at the same time, you know you're smart as fuck, and so there's this conflict in between the fact that you're smart, you're skilled, you're talented, but there's all this other shit that's going on at the same time. I don't know what that is. Why are you even here? Why did you come to this thing? Why are you here in this room doing this? You don't have to be here. Why are you here?
Because I want that.
Learn to what? What do you want to learn?
I want that.
What? You're already smart. You go learn on the internet. Go watch a YouTube video. Go read a book. Go get another PhD. You didn't come here to learn. What'd you come here for?
To learn this experience.
What's this experience?
I'm not resisting this.
I didn't say you're resisting. You just said that. I'm sitting here just listening to you. I'm asking you questions. You're giving me an answer. I'm answering another question to lead you down a path. You thought you're in the wrong place.
I did.
You did, because that's why you just told me you weren't resisting. I'm not resisting, coach. You only said that. It's like somebody saying, well, to be honest with you, I'm not saying you are. And now see your mind's all fucked up, because where you go? Watch where you go. Where are you going right now?
To a comment you made earlier about him not being ashamed of his 100 million.
Okay, awesome. Awesome.
And he should be happy with that and not be ashamed of how good he is.
Okay. Are you good?
I'm not nearly good enough.
Compared to?
What I could be.
And who do you think you could be?
That's why I resonate with this.
Okay, so you're here to find what then?
Lots of things are really easy for me.
Okay. But what's not easy for you?
Vulnerability.
I know.
And there's another version out there that I could be, 1,000x better. So this is me doing exactly that.
Yeah. And I respect you for that. I love that you're willing to do it. And you're willing to put yourself in the room. And you know, there was a piece inside of you that said, raise your fucking hand. Guess which one of you said that? Which one? The guy on the left or the guy on the right?
Right.
The guy on the right said that. This is motherfucker dying in there.
I'm here to fucking learn.
Learn what?
I don't fucking know yet.
Yeah, you do know.
I don't know. There's a guy on the right saying, dickhead, stick your hand up.
Exactly. So you're here to get to know who?
Well, there's some girls. Or the guy on the right.
You.
Yeah. And I'm doing that vulnerably.
Yeah.
This banter is actually quite enjoyable.
I didn't say it wasn't enjoyable. I got a fucking heart on right now. Not really. But I got a heart on my heart for where we're going.
Sorry. I'm trying to contribute. And you help.
You're not trying to contribute. You're doing a great job right now.
Thank you.
So there's a piece of you. You came here to this place. And I'm going to have you consider I came here to this place for you too. That you over here, well, I was got manifested over here. And then you over here say, hey, get here. And you over here talk to me over here.
It was selfish, I realize that.
It's not selfish at all. It's self-interest. Selfishness is the game of takers. Creators live in self-interest. It's in your self-interest to want more, to create more, to be more. And there's a version of you that's saying, listen, bro, you've spent so many years doing X, Y, and Z. What would it be just to feel and get out of your head and into just a feeling place?
Might even have written that down.
Okay, so there's a piece in you're here to find over the next 2 days. It's over here. A guy who leads with his heart, a guy who leads with emotion, a guy who leads with his internal soul is leading differently. And that version of you married up with the current really fucking smart version of you, guess what that guy can do? Guess what that guy can do?
Anything he fucking wants.
And that's what's so crazy. That's a good thing about being really committed and smart in 5 languages and all the degrees and everything you've done and the success you've had in business. Because if you marry that up to this other piece that's calling you forward, you become bulletproof at the next level.
That's what I'm here for.
Okay, good. Because I was just the same way. I'm not nearly as smart. I have a PE degree. Put that comparison up. You're like, I speak 5 languages. And I'm like, I could teach kids how to play kickball. And guess what? In my place and your place, when you own who you are and I own who I am, then both of us dance together and both of the impossible us's get together and they work together with you and me right now. And you out there is talking to me out there and saying, hey, bro, listen, raise your fucking hand. Me out there is like, hey, spend some time on my man over here. Help him set the frame so the next 2.5 days is fucking life altering for him because that's why he came. And he wants to, and he's sitting in the back, should be in the front, so next break, you're going to move to the front, you sit in the front row, so that you can have that experience. And now you're starting to get a place a little more relaxed, saying, okay, can I actually be all of me? That's all. That's like, can I be all of me? Can I be all of me? The hardest part about what you've created so far is that what you've created so far has also put you in a box. And everybody has agreements with you about how you're going to show up right now because of who you are right now. So when we come, Derek, to the facts of who I am right now, it opens up the opportunity to become this new version of me, this impossible me, but that also means I'm going to have to let go of me now. This is why my wife hates the painting. She hates she doesn't just, last night after having amazing sex, she looks at me and she says, I conquered you. 1, 2, I'm fucking destroying that picture tomorrow. I'm slashing that shit. I'm destroying that shit. And I was like, I am so fucking turned on right now. And what my wife was really saying is, you are stuck to a story that doesn't serve you. I am the queen. Fuck you if you're going to keep carrying it with you. Burn the fucking picture. You're bigger than... Yeah, I don't have it. It's like a painting this person made for me years ago.
You need to see it.
I'll send a picture of Nick tomorrow to show you what the painting is. Maybe we'll send a video of Danielle fucking slashing and burning and destroying it with a fucking Louis Vuitton heel. Ah! So, me possible, me impossible. Here's where the magic comes in. We're going to finish up. When me possible, no lies, no bullshit today. When I show up, impossible me shows up and guides me. Guides me the next step in my world. Guides me, gets me to raise my hand. Gets me to do shit that I wouldn't normally do. And when 2 are gathered, a third power enters your mastermind. You lie, there's no mastermind. There's no judgment from God about what your storyline is. Just waiting for you to be honest, and when you're honest, all else is forgiven. Because in that place, a reborn version of you calls forward. And how do you pull it off? That's where it comes. Because see, when you get those 2 pieces, here's where I am, and then the vision comes of where I'm going to go next. And you speaks to you, and then the next question comes, yeah, but how am I going to do it? And then the third part of the mastermind shows up, and God, the voice, source, whatever you want to list it as, shows up and begins to speak into your world and tells you exactly how. And the first thing that will happen in this section on the journey to the impossible you outcome is God will begin to reassemble who you are. And this is why change is so hard, because this voice speaks into you and says, I want you to go left real fast, run naked down that hill. And you're like, what are you talking about? That does not make any sense. How does doing that, now notice what happens. How does doing that make any sense to become that? And then the voice comes back in and says, this is how God talks to me, ready? Listen, dumb fuck. If you knew how to do it, it wouldn't be impossible. You're looking at this new place that I'm taking you to from a lens of who you are right now. And who you right now doesn't have a clue. So right now, I need to reassemble you. And part of the reassembly process is we have to break down stories, habits, patterns. If it's with the body, there's just habits and patterns that have to be changed.
Yeah.
Identity has to be shifted. If it comes down to money, if it comes down to debt, if it comes down to whatever the situation is, I have to be willing to spend this first phase breaking down. And then the next phase is about building. So when Nick tells you here at Multiple Club that you as an entrepreneur are the single most important investment in the business, he's not kidding. I don't do like one-on-one stuff. I don't do like any like coaching and consulting anymore. That last year was my last year for a bit. I'm taking a break for a bunch of years. And doing other things in business, doing a lot of fun things. But one of the things last year with like several of my clients that were all doing over $500 million a year. One of them broke $1 billion last year, which was incredible. Super pumped for them. I've been with them for 3 years on his run to $1 billion. It was fucking crazy. But the crazy part in all those environments, every leap that had to happen, there was a moment where the entrepreneur was questioning what? Himself. Deeply questioning, like, fuck, man, we've done this before, but... And the gap between me and my executive teams is so big, I'm losing my fucking mind now. Now we're public, and we've got all this pressure, and now I got to meet with the board, and I got to do this, and I'm like, hey, breathe, bro. Look where you were. You jumped from here to here to here to here. Then possibly you was calling you forward again. Why don't we step into the stack? Why don't we step into the tools? Why don't we step into the work? And why don't we find out what God's got for you next? My job's not to give you answers. My job is to give you counsel. And I'm going to hold up a mirror. And when you want to cry, I'll be here. Put your head on my shoulder. Let's go. You need a kick in the dick? I'll give you that too. You need me to beat the shit out of you? I will do that if you need it. If you need me just to stand here and remind you, while I stand in my mastermind, you will be mirrored back in yours. Or you'll be triggered as fuck. Do you know this is why people get so triggered about powerful people? Because powerful people stand inside of their own power, connected in this trifecta. And when I show up to a person who's not in that place of truth and they're not in their mastermind, then everything in them they hate is reflected back at them from me. Everything they despise, all of their problems are now seen in their own eyes as a reflection against my mastermind. But when I step into my mastermind and you step into your mastermind, we come together and quantum shit happens.
I agree.
Because in that, who you're being in that place, and I'm being, are the highest level of creators we can be, which means every word of listening to you, I'm listening to help you go through this process of breakdown and build. And you're doing the same for me. And there's this power that we don't understand fully. I don't, maybe you do. Up here doing the same in and around all of us and saying, go here. How many times have you made moves in your world where it just didn't make any sense until you look back a couple years? How many of you know that there's a voice inside of you that speaks to you and asks you to do some things at time in business and life that don't make any sense in the moment? How many of you have been required to sacrifice something or invest something or do something where in the moment it was such a stretch, but there was a knowing beyond your own logic, there was a knowing in you that I gotta go? Raise your hand. So I'm going to encourage you to step into that place for the next 2.5 days. It's going to be a bloodbath in here tomorrow. It's going to be blood all over the place. Just blood. It won't be real blood, but it'll be just blood. You'll watch it. People look like they're bleeding in the corner. licking their wounds. It's good. It's good. I pay big money to have this shit kind of happen to me. Like, yeah, you paid money to come bleed. You're like, what the fuck? Good news is it's not worry week, so you don't have logs and beat down. Although Garrett J is here, so I will not make any promises that there are no beat downs happening. So as you step into this, know also that at the end of this journey is going to be an opportunity for you to make a decision. In all decisions you make over the next couple of days, make those decisions from this place. That place. That place is what rebuilds marriages. That place is what rebuilds bodies. That place is what rebuilds families. That place is what rebuilds bank accounts. That place is what rebuilds businesses. And that place is what sells a vision to you of who you actually are. And the biggest reason why your businesses must grow, they must go 10x, they must continue to scale, is because the version of you that's calling you forward is built and forged in the process. So when I'm feeling those days where I just don't give a fuck, I'm like, I don't want all this pressure right now. I don't need it. I'm good enough. There's a piece of me that steps in my world that reminds me, hey, you're here for a reason. Get up and go. So, final thoughts. Turn to the person next to you. You're going to share your biggest takeaway from this part of our experience tonight. So, buddy it up. Turn around. Face your buddy. Knees neat. Knee to knee. Sharing it up.
From this thing.
I love that master. That is a constant evolution. It never stops.
So, dude, if you leverage this right here, so the decisions for moving forward, the decisions for getting clear, lead them into the mastermind. So, like, I've been doing this the past month. There's fucking mine been 400 students on it, 1,000 one time. Everybody's freaking the fuck out these Zoom calls. But if you lead them, you let God guide you, leverage this, and in the meditations, have them find themselves this piece of them that has the answers, and then call God into the conversation.
You want to know what's crazy? So we were that just fucking happens, and then you come and do this.
Dude, easy.
I look at it when it's universally aligned, divinely endowed, I just think I'm so
Dude, it's so high.
finally, like, I did the ranch, medium mix, like, owning that, all that, owning 100% of who I am. It's like,
Proud of you, man. There we go. What do you want me to do to wrap up? You want me to just be done? Yep. Thank you.
I just need to
That's
One more time, I think so. I'm about to have. I started. I've met you a couple times.
I thought so, bro. Where have I met you before? Because your face looks so familiar.
Yeah, we met like 3 times. I don't remember 10X and a couple other.
Oh, nice.
events. I don't remember the other.
Where do you live? You live here in California?
Florida.
Oh, you're in Florida.
I'm from the
I
greatest.
was gonna say, dude, it's like getting late for you right now.
Oh, yeah.
You look good though.
I'm a night owl. I'm working on changing that up, but that's my most powerful creation time, and so I've actually struggled with like, do I change? Because I've changed like Miracle Morning, read that and tried, and I don't know.
The morning, Hal's nuts. Hal's program is insane. He's like 2 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
Dude, it was funny. He was like, I don't know thinking more after his cancer. I think he maybe changed that up a little bit with his like how early he was getting up. He used to go to bed at like 6 and wake up 7 o'clock and wake up at like 3 o'clock. I was like, I don't know how you pull that off. I can't do that. But dude, listen, here at the level you're at and the game that you're producing at, the game becomes about sustainability across the board. Across the board. Like 2021 for me, the reason why I like exited a couple businesses and also like just stabilized things, made and pivot some things while I was in the Wake Up Warrior in my life was because I want time with my wife, time with my kiddos more. And at the same time, I want to scale. So it's like I had to, how do I juggle all those things at the same time? How do we juggle and scale our salons? How do we scale our hairlines? And that was the question we sat in. But all that comes down to your morning time. Like you being able to step into that mastermind, that right there and here, that's peace.
I love that, dude. That was a sick thing, and that's like one of the tap in. That was one of the things like I'm trying to really step in because I'm shy about my success. Like I don't own it, and like I literally posted my first video the other day on Instagram. Thoughts lead to action, action leads to results. Control what you can say, like tips and tricks. And I want to share what I've been.
What industry are you in?
Roofing and software and technology. So I leverage
software for the roofing industry.
No, well, I run the largest roof. I'm the chief revenue officer of the largest roofing company in Florida. We're number 12 in the nation. So I have 240 reps we crush. But a lot of that growth was from my technology company that I just launched.
Okay.
So I served my own company with it, and now I'm freaking.
Dude, that's sick.
So yeah, my bad.
That's good. Okay, wrap it up. Yes. What are you taking from all this?
Trust.
Trust. Trust God. Yeah. It's pretty simple, huh?
All right, we're done. Wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, right? And here's the crazy part is getting into this trifecta. When we hear the idea that proximity is power, it's only powerful around powerful people. You can have proximity around weak people, and you're just weaker. So just because you're around people, it doesn't mean that anything's going to change, right? So being around the right people and being around the right people who guard the space to be around the right people. Right? This is like one of the things that I got to watch Nick go through deeply, like in our world, Wake Up Warrior. Wake Up Warrior is a very different place than it used to be. Cullen and Garrett and Derek and Russ and Nick, everybody's here that have kind of putting this together for you and running this now. Multiple Club is like an opportunity. I stepped into the back of the room and I was just smiling the whole time like, this is exactly what I fucking saw years ago. Like just years ago, was the opportunity for men and women to come together and to learn and to grow inside of this. We didn't really understand what this was. I spent 10 years trying to figure out what the fuck this is. Like what we were actually doing. Like all the stuff we're doing, live by the code, core 4, stacking, everything we were trying to figure out was how do you help somebody get into power? And I sat and watched as Nick spent 3 years dealing with his own shit in the pit. This is important for you to know. Because it's one thing to make money. It's another thing to make life and money. Like they're just not the same thing. To build a life and build money are not the same thing. There are people that build a life and they suck at money. There's people that build money and they suck at life. But if you're going to build life and you can build money and do them at the same time, this is explosive. But to do that, you have to have people who hold the space, who know what that is and have been to that place. Right? Multiple Club is born from an idea. And the idea is simply this, that you were born as a creator to experience prosperity across all areas of life, that you were born to have it all. And Nick fought for this. I sat and watched Nick sit in room after room with us for 5 straight years. And the first 3 years was about one thing. What's the first phase? What's the first phase? What do you have to do? Is tell the truth. But what happens in this first phase? The minute you see impossible you and it calls you forward, Nick's version Nick in Multiple Club, this was called forward 5, 6 years ago. Sitting in rooms like this, writing down journals. Colin, Tally, Russ, Perry, all the people, Garrett Bake, everybody sitting in this room, all of you, the people who are here part of Multiple Club. Me being here in this position, all this shit was happening. You were in this room years ago, you didn't know it. But the first part of every phase when you step into the journey to the possible you is what has to happen?
Breakdown.
A breakdown. Sometimes you fight this part. You don't want the breakdown, particularly if shit's good. You're like, I don't want to break it down. It's good. It's good enough. So I watched Nick not only break down, I watched Nick go to the pit of hell and put his face in it with one commitment to set himself free. And we watched quarter after quarter. Russ and I would sit, Colin, we'd sit and watch him roll in. Garrett watch him roll in and be like, is he going to fucking do it this year? Is this going to be the year that he chooses to do it? Is it going to be this quarter that he chooses to do it? And he just stayed in the fucking fight. And this breakdown continued. And it got heavier and heavier and heavier because there were some things in here that Nick had to learn. Because here's the great part about the breakdown. The breakdown doesn't mean you lose businesses. It doesn't mean you do it. It can, but it doesn't mean those things have to happen. What it means is you must learn and unlearn the storyline of who you are. And that learning and unlearning is the first stage of all process for you. To learn. That's it. Nick was here to learn a new life. You're here to learn a new life, a new way of operating in business and life. How do I operate in a new life? That means I've got to learn some shit and I've got to unlearn some shit. Second piece. Live. This second stage that Nick went through now required the rubber to hit the road because this is now when hard decisions had to be made. Companies had to be let go of. Money had to be dropped. Investments had to be made. Rubber had to meet the road. Shit had to actually happen with the learning. Otherwise, the learning means nothing. And that part of the stage was painful. To watch him come to a place to learn. It's painful to watch people you know going through the process, yet it's like watching my baby girl last night who's constipated because we gave her milk. And she can't poop, and she's 17 months old, and she got her diaper on, and there are just tears coming down her eyes, and she got snot in her nose, and she is grunting and pushing, and she's been grunting and pushing for a while, and she is looking at you with every desire in her heart, please save me, please help me, how do you stop the pain? And I have to sit there and just go to a grounded place and watch her live. And then she goes, and there's the relief, and there's the excitement, and in her case, there's tons of cheering about poop, and there's change. And that's such a simple example, but that is exactly the process that we all go through. And Nick sat there searching and wanting and longing for someone to jump in, but knowing no one would jump in, and he wasn't ever going to let anyone jump in. So I sit on the break with him surfing, and he would ask me questions. Well, what do you think about this? And I was like, well, what do you think about this? He said, well, I think I should do this. And so he put himself in other situations that forced him to learn how to live this even deeper. Put his back against the wall, had shit go sideways with an exit on a business. Chaos erupt in all kinds of different places. You're going to hear all about it the next couple of days. And on the flip side of that, Impossible Nick all of a sudden starts showing up. He shows up one day, and I'm like, who is this lean, mean, skinny machine? Like, what the fuck? And you could feel him when he walked. His energy had changed directions. It went from here, feed me, to feeding others. You can't skip this process. And here's what I will tell you. You cannot be led to learn what you have never lived. So the next 2 days, you're going to dive into pain and you're going to have a conversation around it. You're going to talk about really fun shit and you're going to laugh about it. And you're going to go into some dark corners and you're not going to want to be there. And you're going to have some confrontations and Nick's going to confront you and Colin's going to confront you. And you're going to have talks with each other and you're going to have some confronting situations. And you need to understand that when Nick takes you to this place, he's taking you to a place that he went. There's a difference. You know what a mentor does? A mentor guides you to a place that they've already been. You know what a coach does? A coach talks about a lot of places they've never been. Nick's not your coach, he's your fucking mentor. Colin's not your coach, he's your mentor. You have a group of mentors here in Multiple Club. It's about a mentorship. It's about mentoring you into the man or woman that you must become in order to take the business where it must go, because you are the lead dog in the pack. If you don't rise, it's impossible. But the only way for that to happen is to follow this simple process. So for today and tomorrow and the next day, you're here to do what? Here to learn. There's your learn word, bro. Here to learn. Here to learn some shit. Then you're going to have to make a decision to live it. How many know it's going to be different once you go back home and you got to live the shit you're going to pick up over the next couple of days? Raise your hand. How many been in situations where you go in for a couple of days, you get some really lit on fire, you're ready to go. Shit, you might even gone to a Tony event, run on fire 5 times naked and rolled around in it. You're like, I'm on fucking fire. My balls are itched right now from the flames on my balls. I am on fucking fire. Only to come back home and have what happened?
Back to bell.
Shit. Back into the same thing. It's by Tuesday, you're actually depressed from how pumped you were because now you're not so pumped anymore. That's not this. Multiple Club is not this. It's not a motivational event. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm here to set a frame. Nick's going to come in and teach you how to learn how to play this game. And I will promise you that he is qualified. One of the reasons why I finally, after 10 years, got to step away and do some other things and focus on some other things in my life as a creator was because men like Nick were finally fucking ready. So I love him. I trust him. I trust him with my life. I trust him with people in my world. And I know he will take you to a place over the next 2 days that's going to change the way you see yourself and the life that you want and the life that you choose to live. And I can speak for who he is, and having trained over 50,000 clients, 50,000 people in the last 8 years. I've invested over $40 million to figure this fucking game out. Guess what? He lives it at the highest level. And the version you have here in conjunction with Colin Talley, the fact that these two are together back to back in this shit with you and the rest of the people here, Russ, Garrett, the crew that you have here is fucking crazy. I've been in the trench and watched all of these men go to hell and back. They are qualified to guide you to places over the next 2 days if you'll let them in. If you don't, then you'll walk around from here and have a cool t-shirt. You can get it wet and show your nipples through it if you want. And you go back to the way things were. Or, for most of you in this room, 48 hours from now, you'll make the biggest decision of your entire fucking life. The same decision that Nick had to make, same decision Colin Talley had to make, same decision Russ Perry had to make, Garrett Bake had to make. You're going to have to stand inside your mastermind and tap into the voice and ask if it's time for you to fucking leap. And then you're going to have to go. Only difference is you're going to have an army around you here at Multiple Club to help you pull that off. Now, there's nothing more powerful than being in an I am mastermind with yourself and then fading out of your mastermind by being surrounded by men who are staying in theirs. And women who say, hey, you told me you were going to do this. You're not doing it. Now, I love you, but what the fuck? So help me understand how I can support you. And it's not from a place of saving. You want to die in Multiple Club, you'll die. You probably won't even pass and get in if you're a person who wants to die. But if you want to die here, guess what? We let the dead bury their dead around here. You want to live? Well, welcome to Multiple Club. Clear? You getting this? You getting this? Getting this? Yeah? Getting it? Getting it? Yeah, dude. It's time to go, bro. Big. You getting this? You getting this?
Yeah.
You getting this? You ready to feel this week? That's who's calling you in. You can go from black and white world, like gray movies, to color if you give yourself a chance the next 40 hours, and it will fucking blow your whole world open.
Sounds horrible. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I like that. That was a great answer. You getting this? You getting this? You getting this? You getting this? How old are you?
48.
Atta girl. You getting this? You getting this?
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for letting me spend some time with you.